something I get asked quite a bit about is, what do we measure? With Church Online, with things like Google Analytics integration, even if you're using the Church Online platform, there's so many different metrics and things. And then you have your leadership. Your leadership is looking at you and is trying to measure different aspects. And sometimes the default is to do exactly what you do locally online. And sometimes that isn't always the most helpful. Sometimes it is. So something that we've done at Saddleback directly, and I do this in multiple areas of my life, is that I've created a dashboard. And the dashboard is the most important thing that I need to be thinking about regularly. And so I actually have two types of dashboard. I have like my weekend dashboard, and then I have a small groups dashboard. And the idea is that this dashboard is to keep the most important things in front of you. It's actually not something that I came up with. Sean Covey, if you read the 4 Disciplines of Execution, talks about this idea. It's kind of a common business practice of keeping this dashboard in front of you always. I actually circulate it within my team. If I worked in the office more regularly, I would put it up on the wall, and the idea is that motivate everybody to keep going. You think about, one of the tactics they used to do this in like mills and different working factories, where they would say the last day since there was an accident, and they would count 105 days, 207 days, and the idea is that everybody's thinking about, they always want that number to go up and they don't want it to be at 0, and that motivates everybody to be safe on the floor. The same thing is with your job. What is on your dashboard? And so on my dashboard, what I have is, and I'm going to use a couple different, I'm going to say mine, but I'm also going to say how you could do it. And the other important thing is this idea. Peter Drucker talks about the idea of, what you measure is what grows. And it's also important that things on your dashboard have to be things you can actually measure, and things also that you can influence. And so I have kind of 4 key metrics on our weekend, kind of a weekly service to make sure that we're being healthy every week. One is this idea of reach. And you can do this a couple different ways. Now, I do it on page views, and I total up in the last 7 days how many people viewed on our website, viewed on our TV apps, viewed the first 7 days on YouTube. You could also take the reach as how many impressions on your ads weekly. And so you have this kind of reach. So usually that's a big fun number, like 50,000 or something. Then the next level down is that my solid weekend number is, we report a 30-minute number, and we actually have custom code that actually pings people, every 5 minutes, and after 6 pings, it's 1. Now, if you don't have somebody to build a code like that, that's not something that's like a lot of people do, but you actually could use sessions. Google Analytics has the word session, and so sessions is a good number to report in a given 7-day window. You would look at your website, let's say on your TV app for 7 days on YouTube. You can actually, on YouTube, you can look at maybe people that watched at least 15 minutes. And so the key is being consistent. We have a response section that's how many people filled out a response card or emailed in. So we have a generic response card, and we have a generic email address. And so the idea is that how many people responded that week to the message. And so, normally that's a number for us in the 200. And then lastly, it's salvations. How many people accepted Jesus or shared. Obviously, we don't know everybody, but we can count those who respond to us. And so that's usually a number, in 3 for us in a given week. And so this idea, you go from reach to kind of weekend to response into like salvations. And so again, you're looking at this scope is, instead of focusing in on the reach or the 50,000 number, what we're really trying to do is, how do we drive more engagement? And so what are the things that we can do to get more people to fill out response cards that will lead also to salvations? Or instead of asking the question, how do we get more people to visit our website, we ask, how do we get more people to accept Jesus? And something we started to do is we started doing like over unders. And so the idea is like, we were down compared to last week, or over from last week, and I actually have like red and green arrows, and that allows me, what I find in between kind of meetings, or even after I get that dashboard, I'm thinking about, I'm problem solving, and that directly leads to increased numbers week over week. For small groups, I have a similar type of dashboard where I have how many groups I have, and then I have how many groups are responsive, meaning they've responded to me in the last 3 months. And then deeper in the engagement, I have how many of my group hosts are actually members of our church where they've completed the membership class. And then I have a leadership class that's like an hour-long training. How many of my group hosts have done that? So I might have 1,000 plus groups, but maybe I only have 200 plus that have completed this class, and that allows me to keep my groups healthy. And so I have a weekly dashboard, and then also have a small groups dashboard. And so I would suggest, if you don't have a dashboard, do that. It's very helpful, and I even have a Keynote file setup where it's just a simple, like, and I plug them in and then I could take screenshots and send those dashboards out to my team and my volunteers as well, to keep us always thinking about the most important things and always improving and getting better. And so if you got a dashboard, I would love to see it. Tweet me at it or comment below. Or if you got any suggestions on things that have helped you, or a book or a resource that taken you to the next level, let me know. Check out Sean's Covey for Disciplines of Execution. So, okay, see you guys.